man. I think my ultimate gamer luck is fading. Or
because you've been hanging out with Dustin too much.
At the
He's
very
a fucking leech.
At the very least, my fucking when it comes to 21 in Resident Evil 7, my luck is non-existent.
Fair enough.
It was existent that one day when you were there, but ever since then, I keep getting fucked, man. Every time. I get fucked every single time.
Maybe it's because you're hanging out with the boys too much. They will leech off your luck.
They're not leeching off my luck. They don't get any luckier than I do on average.
They just get a shrivel of luck, and that's still that little tiny bit that they leech off of you.
Is that what it's like? Is that maybe how my talent works, man? Is it like everyone else around me gets moderately lucky when I'm around, but then I get a streak of being exceptionally lucky? Is that what it is, maybe?
Probably. It's probably more like it's probably like an even distribution center, like a...
Oh, you're saying like when I'm by myself, I get all the luck, but when I'm with friends, it gets divided out equally.
Not so more equally, more like a 70-30 split. Or an 80-20.
Oh, everyone else gets a majority of the split, and I keep the fucking not the lion's share, is what you're saying.
No, no, I'm going to say you're going to keep like 80% and you 20% to each individual person.
Christ.
Until you're like bottom out.
Man, that would suck though. Huh. Well, you never know. Who knows? Maybe I'll have my luck back. Like tomorrow.
Yeah. Dustin's complaining I put him in prison.
Oh god. Welcome to Nonstop Debate, everybody. This is the show where we ramble for like 20 minutes and then talk about the actual character for like 5.
Right. Or we get distracted because I put a person in jail and I have to keep an eye on him.
Well, I guess before we get started, there's not been a Nonstop Debate in a couple weeks, and that is because we both got shafted by work. The first week, Jer got shafted, and he was not able to record, so we did other things. The second week, I got shafted by work, and we weren't able to record. And the third week, we were both able to record, but we were both so fucking spent from work that we decided to take another week off. Yep. Which, honestly, I really needed personally, so...
Yeah. Like, it's been chaos! It's been chaos.
Yeah.
It's definitely been chaos.
So, but we're back now.
But hey, we're here now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we are talking about one of my favorites. We're talking about Hina today. Aoi Asahina.
I wouldn't put her as one of my favorites, but I did enjoy her a little bit.
I would put her as a favorite just because she was like... She wasn't super, impactful to the majority of the story. Yeah, she was just one of the, characters that I enjoyed the most. I was just
you maxed her out and you saw her in her underwear. That's all you need, Dylan.
That is true. I was like, yeah. Jared was like, what do you think of Hina, Dylan? I was like, oh, she's pretty cool. And then, 2 seconds later, her underwear scene popped up in, the end of Chapter 1. And I was like, oh, I'm in love. Oh, God.
Dylan's married, by the way.
I am.
You can only get away with this stuff in the podcast.
Yeah. She listens to the podcast sometimes, though. She puts it on for background noise while she's cleaning the house every now and then.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily. Alright, well, let's start with her design.
She has Jimmy Neutron swirl going on.
Yeah, with her ponytail.
Yeah. Which that's like her most identifying feature without being pointing to the obvious.
Yeah.
She got big boobies. Some serious
She does.
A real set of
I'm talking a real set of Gadonka Honkarunos.
Talk some massive Dahuka Banka Loops. Talk Tonga Ana Kugas.
God. No, I think her design is pretty good, though. It's kind of falls under... I mean, we say this about everyone in Trigger Happy Havoc, honestly, for the most part, but it's, simple yet effective.
Right.
she's not like super sexed up, but she's still like cute with what she has, you know?
Right.
I like the red jacket. I think the most notable feature for her, for me at least personally, is her hair clip, because it looks like a paper clip, but like a super square one.
Really?
And
Now?
I always thought that was kind of cute.
My thing would have been like she has a red color, so she stands out compared to the most of the rest of the cast.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
red is kind of her primary color, besides her darker skin tone. But
Yeah, she's always got her jacket on.
Yeah.
I was just talking like accessory wise.
yeah,
I always like, I don't know why, my eyes always go to her hair clip first. Because my
Right.
brain is just like, that looked like a paper clip, and then I just look at it.
you do you, man. I need to look at her picture again, but I don't think I can see it.
She is a castmate. She does not murder anyone or get murdered. She lives till the end of the game. Yep. And she is the ultimate swimmer, which honestly I feel is too specific, because this girl is one hell of a fucking athlete in general.
Right.
She hangs out with Sakura the most.
Not as much as the actual ultimate athlete or gymnast, basically.
Oh yeah, Akane.
Yeah, that's way too broad. That's something.
Akane is like super fucking powered. And I always thought it was like funny in Danganronpa 2, like, haha, Akane do funny super move. But then I saw Danganronpa 3, which I watched recently with our editor Noah. Good fucking lord, Akane is literally superhuman, and so is Nekomaru, and you cannot convince me otherwise, man. Those two literally fucking decimated the backyard of Hope's Peak Academy.
You think
the whole damn thing?
You think Hina's good at water polo?
Probably. He's a fucking swimmer, dude.
This is what the problem I have with fucking some of these early talents. They're way too broad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or some are just way too specific.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought
Baseball
Hifumi's
Star.
was kind of weird.
Baseball Star is pretty good. It's
Baseball
tied to
Stars-
sport.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
it makes
and
sense. It's something you can easily picture. It's not like Hifumi, where it's like the ultimate fanfic creator. Huh? And
What?
even then, when he tells you exactly what he does, it's just kind of like, okay, but that doesn't quite line up with your ultimate talent title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we get stuff like the ultimate swimmer. Like, okay, so what do you mean by swimmer? Do you do the 100 meter, the water polo,
I think
the
it's just
dive?
anything that involves swimming, honestly.
Yeah.
She probably does it like the sport-wise, you know. I'm pretty sure they mentioned she's got a bunch of like records and like trophies in like swimming competitions and shit like that.
Clearly some people could get away with this, like, you know, Sakura, ultimate martial artist. Yes, I'm pretty sure no one can take her in a fight.
Yeah.
So yes,
like that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I also feel like, because you don't see quite enough Hina swimming, which granted, unlike someone like maybe Leon's talent got tied into his murder, or his fucking execution and the act of murder.
And his kill.
But like Hina, you're never really going to quite see her talent come into play unless there's like a murder in the pool. But, you know.
That never happened, so.
Yeah. But I feel like they tried to maybe make up for that somehow by just making her athletic in general, but then it's just like, okay, so she's just a straight up athlete, because she does a lot more than just swim.
Yeah, she works out with Sakura a lot.
Yeah, her and Sakura spend a lot of time working out together and just hanging out in general. Like, fuck, man. I don't know. I'm not really bashing it. It just,
I know.
She seems more like a general athlete than a swimmer in particular.
It's just a little bit of the gripe I have with some of these like early stuff.
Yeah, it's fine.
But we
don't mind it too much.
We're kind of more nitpicky though. Where it is what it is, to be honest.
Yup.
But good lord, as the series' first airhead, I don't think we're gonna get a better one.
Honestly, she's not even really much of an airhead either.
Yeah.
She's not like Hiro or Akane, who's just like lost and confused every 5 seconds. She keeps up in the trials pretty well.
Right.
I'd say she's more like Sonya in
Yeah.
Danganronpa 2. She's definitely not stupid, or she's not like an airhead.
Well, yeah, Sonya's an
She's just
airhead,
kinda-
too. Yeah, Sonya's an airhead,
Yeah.
too.
But she's
But,
not like, they're not like unintelligent
Yeah,
or confused all the time.
yeah.
They're just kind of part of the background. You know, they're part of the cast.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
So,
And they occasionally get some things wrong sometimes, but for
Yeah.
the most of the time, they do keep up a little bit.
yeah. Personality-wise,
Donuts.
honestly, I liked Hina a lot.
Donuts.
Donuts. She actually... Is it weird for me to say that I feel like she has a slightly better character than most of the other people?
How so? Elaborate.
Well, just like, I feel like she's just more balanced out, you know?
Oh, okay.
She's got her funny quirk, but she's also very like thoughtful. She's very kind. She has a
Yeah, she has
a generally good reputation with most of the cast. Honestly.
And she also has her ups and downs. Like when she has her like up with like being like friendly to everyone, then she has her downs where she almost got literally everyone killed because she misread a suicide note Monokuma planted.
Yeah. I don't know.
Benefits of staying in the game
The only
longer.
person I think she has a real negative relationship with is Togami, and that's just because he's being a dickhead and she slaps him in the face.
And maybe Jill.
Maybe Jill, just because Jill's a serial killer, but she doesn't really have ill will towards anyone until maybe after Chapter 4. I guess more so during Chapter 4, because once Chapter 4 is done and you get to read Sakura's actual suicide note, she's extremely apologetic.
Yeah. Super apologetic.
Yeah.
Sorry for almost getting you all killed.
But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is like some of the other characters are just like straight up one or two things. Like Hifumi and Taka, for example,
Pervert.
they're just straight up comedic relief. Yeah, Hifumi is just pervert, haha. Toko is fuck you for undressing me with your eyes, and then Jill is kill.
Jill is
I don't even
party
even
girl.
really know what Jill and Toko are until they both fucking fall in love with Togami, and then it's just step on me master is pretty much what they become as characters from that point
Right.
forward. But it's always that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like
Yeah.
I feel like Hina benefits from being part of the background because she doesn't have a lot of focus to really just be her one gimmick the whole time.
she had more than enough focus when it came to Sakura, which it makes sense that she would be the focus of that trial when it involves Sakura.
She's like a more
basic
toned down
friend.
version of Akane. Because she
Yeah.
liked to eat, she especially liked donuts, and she was really sporty and just generally nice to everyone.
God, I feel like Akane got the short stick though, comparative to Hina.
Honestly, they both got kind of the same treatment, where they were both just kind of part of the background, and then they both had like one really defining moment of like Chapter 4.
4.
Yeah, both had Chapter 4, and then they just got
And they
nothing else
completely
after that.
disappear in Chapter 5.
Yeah. Yup. Hina got pretty good. I think she got some pretty good character development with Sakura's suicide and admitting to like tampering with evidence and trying to get you all killed, so that's, you know, just to like pay back Sakura killing herself.
Right.
And then I think it really kind of helps her grow after. It's just after that is Chapter 5 and you're in endgame territory, and she doesn't really get any like
Chapter 5 is basically the Kyoko show from there on out,
so you don't really, she doesn't get any spotlight for you to really see that growth after it. Chapter
at least
4.
Akane has basically like Chapter 6 where everyone kind of has like this big revelation about being remnants of despair and whatnot.
Yeah. And Nekomaru's advice kind of ties into Akane choosing to move forward.
Yeah.
Plus she gets Mini Maru after that, which I guess kind of eases some of her character development from his death, but not much. But same thing, really. She Because chapter 4 is when she gets that chunk of character development in the trial and, like, figuring out how Nekomaru died. And then after that, it becomes the Nagito wild ride, so she doesn't really get any spotlight either. But yeah.
Yeah. I still enjoyed her for what she was.
Yeah, I think she's pretty good. Hina, anyway. I think she's pretty good all around. She's just kind of like the rest of the cast, for the most part. She's just kind of good all around, but she's not super strong in any real regard.
A jack of all trades, master of none sort of situation.
Yeah. So.
She's funny. She can be serious. She's a little bit quirky, and
she gives me a couple genuine laughs. Yeah.
Yeah. But she doesn't. She's like a master, like fucking Taka, and compared to in the comedic field, and she's not super serious, like ironically Sakura or Togami.
She's a good character to have make it to the end as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. I don't really know what else to add there. I think we summarized her personality pretty well.
Right, yeah.
There isn't really anything to hate. There's plenty of stuff to enjoy.
Hina, like a fun fact, like Hina was #1 in the most popularity polls when Danganronpa first started out. So I mean, food for thought.
That's right. Yeah, she was most popular.
Yeah.
I think she's fallen in years compared to the other characters that she had beaten.
It's funny, if you watch that video, you can tell immediately where the game got released to the West, because you just see Junko shot up to #1.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I guess I understand. Maybe I mentioned this in the last podcast, I can't remember. Our opinions on Junko have changed a bit.
It probably helps that
we had the chance to actually have a conversation with Junko fans that we're friends with about why they like her so much, and they pointed out some nice details that we kind of missed, but
it doesn't
change much.
I'm sticking to my guns on the game, because they usually be like, well, read the novel, watch the anime, go to Danganronpa 2, and you understand. And my stance is hardline. If it's not in the, then if you need substantive material to justify further actions, then you probably should relook at the first game by itself in a vacuum.
I can say after watching DR3 that I think she is much more enjoyable in Danganronpa 3,
but
it's just because she's a lot quirkier and a lot less fucking... She's an actual character in DR3.
I've seen one clip of Junko in DR3, and it actually made me fucking laugh. Kamakura, yes, queen.
Yeah, she's an actual character in DR3, and it's actually a bit enjoyable. She starts personality switching near the end of Despair Arc, which made me a little sad, because I was like, I think it's supposed to kind of show that she's like devolving insanity, though.
Right.
But
it's about Hina. We'll save that for another time.
Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting pretty close, actually.
What's up for this? Sakura, Kyoko, and then
Sakura,
Kyoko.
I have the notes here. Hold on.
It should be Sakura.
It's Sakura, and then we have an off-topic, and then Kyoko, and then the Mastermind
plus
episode.
Mukuro, because God, she's not a fucking character.
Yeah, we're lumping Mukuro, Junko, and Monokuma all into the last episode for Trigger Happy Havoc. So yeah, that's kind of crazy, dude. After this episode, we've only got 3. What is that? Sorry, 4. After this episode, we only have 4 episodes of Trigger Happy Havoc.
Yeah,
left.
man.
And then we're probably going to go on a bit of a hiatus for off-topic, or not off-topic, for non-stop debate. And then we'll come back. Either we'll go on a hiatus, or we'll just do, like, 2 off-topics in a row or something. Right. I don't know. Maybe we'll do 2 off-topics in a row, because I have some ideas for other off-topics that I want to kind of do before we start Danganronpa 2. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
But now...
You'll know when the uploads happen.
Yeah. But now... I think it's time for Ego Theater.
Oh boy.
And now it's time for Ego Theater.
So, on this segment of Cooking with
Oh no.
No, don't worry. It's gonna keep it the theme with Hina. Favorite type of donut and different types of donuts you've experienced throughout your life.
Man.
You better put me behind a fucking Dunkin' Donuts cashier thing. I swear to God.
That'll be a fun edit. Well, I've had most of the donuts that I've had have been from the grocery store that I work at, and I don't eat them anymore because we used to like have the donuts frozen, but then you'd like bake them. Like you'd have to take them out of the freezer and like bake them and then put them out, right? Or like heat them up at least and they're good. The donuts that we have now at the grocery store, yeah, the grocery store that we have now are completely frozen and they don't even bake them. They just set them out and they just kind of like de-thaw and they're good to eat. And they're so nasty, dude.
Oh my god, I need to take you to like a Dunkin' Donuts at like a plate. Or wait, there's a local donut shop in where we live, you know?
Yeah. I just don't ever go there. I go to other places. I go to fast food because I'm an unhealthy fuck.
Yeah, you could be used as a fucking twig. Lucky bastard.
Yeah. Hey man. Life is a game, and I'm the ultimate lucky gamer.
Yeah, clearly. Clearly. My sister inherited the same metabolism and eat an entire pizza, still thin as a twig. Meanwhile, I eat here, and I'm here, and I'm like, oh no, I need to fucking watch my body. Well, let's see what the donuts that I had in my life. I think my favorite ones are usually just plain old, like, either regular plain donuts or, whatever, the sugar-coated donuts. But,
I went through a phase when I was still eating donuts at work where my favorites were the cream-filled eclairs.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. That's the good stuff.
During my travels, I had some strange donuts. You ever had a donut with bacon in it?
Yeah, actually, some of the donuts that they would make, if I didn't get a cream-filled eclair, I would get one of the maple bars that's still just an eclair, but it's got the maple icing instead of the chocolate icing, and then it had little bacon bits sprinkled on top of it.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's see what's another one. Some guy did a prank on me and filled up a donut with mayo in it. That was just disgusting. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Wait till I find out about it. I was fucking pissed.
I've never had an apple fritter.
Ooh.
Ever.
Oh yeah. Doughnut Burger. It's just a burger, but replace the buns with donuts.
Instead of buns, they're donuts. Yeah. That sounds unhealthy as shit, but it sounds good because it's like the sweet and salty idea.
It's like, it's exactly like that. It's pretty sweet, pretty salty. Don't have cheese on it though; it ruins it.
What if I put ketchup on it? Do you think that'd ruin it?
I don't know. I had it plain. I was like, I don't know. I had it plain, dude. That was smart. I was like, this doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I had donut cake once.
Can't really think. Donut cake?
Yeah, just basically just a big ass donut.
What? Okay.
It's so big you cut it like a
Jesus
cake.
Christ.
Donut cake.
We used to sell donuts like that at the grocery store too.
Yeah, just
they're called Texas-sized donuts, and they're like twice the size of a regular donut. So they're like fucking huge. And instead of like 99 cents per donut, these ones were like $2 because they're so fucking.
I believe it. Oh, just the sweets in general. I've been starting to lose like my sweet tooth over the days. I used to love cake, dude.
Yeah, when I was little, I don't eat cake that much anymore because I'm like, I don't know. I hit a certain age. I hit a certain age at a certain point where I was just like, I just don't like cake. Like I like cake, but like on my birthday. You know, like my mom or my wife will make me a cake and I'll eat like 1 or 2 slices and then that's it, I'm done. And then I won't eat cake again until like next
Yeah,
year.
same deal.
Or like rarely, the bakery would have a bum cake that like the customer didn't want, and they'd put it in the break room, and I'd have maybe a slice of that, but like a small piece. You know, like I like cake, but fuck man, I can't eat more than like 1 or 2 slices, and then I just get super sick of it, and I can't.
I agree. Same thing with me, but unless it's Dairy Queen ice cream. But the same thing with ice cream as well. But
well, that's different. I can do ice cream. I can do ice cream a lot more than I can do cake for some reason.
fair enough. But this sounds weird. I usually have my cake with some garlic bread.
Ugh.
And that
doesn't sound like a
and
good
that's the end
combo at all.
of Ego Theater, because I just officially made Dylan grossed out with my food choices. Bye, everyone. We'll see you back.
Weren't you just no, hold on. Weren't you just talking about washing your fucking figure and what you eat, and you're over here talking about 5 minutes later, oh yeah, I eat my fucking cake with garlic bread. What?
Bye, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
I'm the master of cliffhangers,
You
Dylan.
disgust me. Actually fucking disgust me.
If it helps, I eat them separate.
You know what's really sad?
Hmm.
I just now realized that you wanted to do the donut topic because this is Hina's episode.
Yep.
Took me that long to notice. Fuck. Fuck.
I'm the master of subtlety, apparently, as well.
God. Alright, well. We're back on Hina. Talk about how well written she is as a character in general.
This
Which,
is a tough one.
honestly,
Like,
I think we kind of touched on already with just her character, like, as personality-wise. She's just kind of the background character. She doesn't,
right.
like a lot of characters in Trigger Happy Havoc, she doesn't get a ton of development. She gets one really good chunk of development near the end in Chapter 4. But, you know, right after that is endgame territory, and she doesn't get any more spotlight after that, really.
Right.
I think the most
Her
noticeable
character-
moment of it getting glossed over is when you go to the mastermind room with her, where Monokuma's control room is, and she has dialogue with Makoto that is something literally along the lines of, hey, I'm sorry I tried to kill all of you in the last trial. And Makoto's like, hey, it's okay, let's focus on this. And she's like, you're right, let's do it. And then that's it. It never gets brought up again.
Yep.
And it's literally that brief. It's like 4 text boxes long, and then it's back to the endgame shit.
Let's not forget when they go to Chapter 6, they completely ignore the hatch. Also, they could just do a Monokuma Yar, give me donuts joke.
Which I appreciated. I won't lie.
I like it, but god damn it, you're both fucking dumb.
Yeah. And I know we always say that we're not going to look at other media in terms of like character development, but I just wanted to mention that I love Danganronpa 3, the future arc, but they did the same thing. She really gets like no character development in DR3. She's just more or less the same from start to finish.
Man, it sucks being a Trigger Happy Havoc survivor if your name's not fucking Togami, Kyoko, Makoto, or Toko.
Most of the
And
development
Toku's
went to
correct.
Makoto and Kyoko, even though Hiro and Togami and Hina were all there too. And Hina arguably has more screen time than Kyoko does.
Oh yeah, let's give it to the person who was the pro tag and also the main girl of the fucking first game.
Like, don't get
Surely
me
they-
wrong, Hina is great in DR3. I liked her just as much as I do in the game. I was just a little surprised that they didn't give her, like, any development at all. Like, granted, you're splitting episode count between this and Despair Arc, but I just thought it was kind of weird that they didn't really give her anything, you know?
Right.
So, yeah. That's all I really wanted to touch on that. Because, you know, like we said already, we're not going to focus on other media in terms of when we're looking at this. I just wanted to make that a little side note. She's still great in DR3. It's just weird that she didn't get anything, I think.
Yeah.
Especially when she had more screen time than the others.
Like I said, it must suck to be a survivor of Super Heavy Havoc if you're not Togami, Kyoko, Makoto, or Togo.
Like, Togami didn't really get a whole lot either. He was just the outside force trying to rescue them. Hiro was pure comic relief, like he kind of was at the tail end of Trigger Happy Havoc. But Hina was in the killing game with Kyoko and Makoto. And I understand Makoto, Kyoko, give them more development. Sure, great. But why didn't Hina get any? What the fuck?
Why couldn't Hina participate in this nonsense?
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's fine. Like I said, I still enjoyed her. It was nice seeing her again. Kind of made me remember, like, everything that happened with her in DR3 kind of reminded me why I loved her so much in Trigger Happy Havoc. She's just all around great. She's kind of like a crutch character, if you think about it, because a lot of the time, when the characters around her kind of stumble, she's one of the first to kind of, like, bring the team spirit back up, you know?
Right, yeah.
And Makoto...
She had a strong belief in, like, most of her friends until fucking... She has a strong belief in Sakura, especially.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoy her. Like I said already, I don't think she really has any weaknesses as a character. She just doesn't have any major strengths. Other than she's just enjoyable. Honestly, I can't really think of anyone who dislikes Hina. At worst, maybe she's just one of those characters that on your playthrough you didn't have any, like, preference either way.
Or strong affinity towards.
Yeah, you're like, I don't love her, but I don't hate her. She's just one of the other characters in the cast. You know, it's fine. That's fine. I honestly couldn't think of any reason to hate her, though. So...
I mean, if you want to give it a stretch, she'd like, I hate her because she almost got us all of us killed in Chapter 4. I mean, well, whose fault is that?
She has an actual fucking reason for doing that, though. She's not like Togami in Chapter 2, who was like, oh, I'm gonna fondle this corpse because I'm bored.
Well, he didn't fondle the corpse, he hung up the corpse.
He might as fucking well have, that shithead.
No, if he fondled Chihiro's corpse, he would have known the twist.
Yeah. Well... He did arguably something worse, so there. If not just as bad.
Right.
So. I don't know.
Big oof for fucking Sakura's death, though, for Hina.
Yeah. Well, you really... Man. I am, like, both looking forward and not looking forward to talking about that, man. I just had to relive it recently, too, though, because we've been watching our friend Joey play through the fucking Danganronpa series. If you guys saw the Among Us video, he was in that. Mr. Ultimate Five-Head himself. Man.
Predicting nonsense.
He... scary good at it. He
He
literally just throws random fucking things around. He literally just throws random guesses out, and like 20 to 50% of the time he's correct, like dead on correct. And another like 5 to 10% of the time he's close to accurate, if not just like outright.
Oh yeah, they're in a spaceship and in space because meteors destroyed the entire planet, and you know who was behind all that? Kaito. Well, you're right on some things, but wrong on other things. But goddamn, why did you throw that fucking out?
He was throwing guesses out to Ultimate Talents before he started V3, which he's currently just after Chapter 1 at the time of this recording.
So he's the picture of Kaito's face. Okay, what do you think of his talent? Oh, astronaut.
He literally, for Kaede, he guessed that Kaede was the ultimate shot putter, which is blatantly wrong, but it's just very strange that of all things that's what he guessed, considering what happens in Chapter 1 of V3.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. It's crazy, dude. It blows my mind. That fucking kid's insane. And then after
said Rantaro was the ultimate map maker, and I'm like, that's pretty damn
it's
close.
It's not quite close, but it's a damn good guess, honestly.
Yeah.
And then, like, Kyo, he literally just made up a fucking word that sounded really close to anthropologist, minus, like, one fucking...
Anthropologist.
Yeah, he said Kyo was the ultimate anthropologist. And we were like, what even is an anthropologist, Joey? And he's like, I don't fucking know, but Kyo's the ultimate one.
I don't know. He probably studies mummies and some shit. What the?
Yeah, that was another one of his guesses. Even though Chapter 1 of E3 completely fucking shattered that poor boy, he still gave us like 12 guesses of who was going to live and die in the next few chapters, and 4 of those guesses were correct, like spot on correct, and 2 more were not, but they were close to being correct.
Samugi's gonna die Chapter 4, only if you knew.
Kaito's gonna die Chapter 4, and I was like, that's close.
He might as well be dead by Chapter 4, considering...
Yeah, it blows my mind with that kid, dude. I can't believe it.
Right.
If he's re-listening to these, it's not gonna be for a little while longer, especially getting to this point, but, fucking A, Joey, you frighten me sometimes, man. Christ.
But back on topic, Sakura is one of Dylan's favorite characters, and Trooper Havoc had a little blah blah blah.
Spoiler alert, I think she's the best character in this whole fucking cast. And it's not even a contest. She's literally a fucking 9 out of 10, at worst.
I love going through Chapter 4, because you were like, man, this was sad and depressing. Chair, find me some Sakura fan art. I'm like, oh, don't mind if I do.
It's a sad time.
Out of all people, you were like, man, I didn't think Sakura was going to be in my top 5, let alone number 1. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
But on Hina's case.
Impact for Hina. Honestly,
not as much as Sakura.
Not as much as Sakura, but I want to say that she has a great deal of impact just because of Sakura's death.
Yeah.
Kind of in the same regard that, like, Taka dying Chapter 3 took most of the humor out from that point forward. Which is very funny considering that this was the next immediate murder to follow. Was the one that just took all the soul out of me. Taka's death took all the humor out of the game, and Sakura's death took all the fucking fight out of me. I was like, I don't know if I could go on, dude. I might just go into my fucking bedroom and end it all, dude.
Then you read the suicide note where Sakura's like, I'm going to fight you still. And you're like, well, fuck, if Sakura's fighting for Beyond the Grave, might as well see this through.
Right.
Oh, shit, she broke the door! Yeah!
But yeah, because, like, of how much Sakura's death had an impact on Hina, it just kind of, like, ripples from Hina to the rest of us. Like, the cast and you, the player. Mm-hmm. And even though Sakura is gone, Hina is still, like, a reminder of Sakura, in a way. She, like, carries on Sakura the way that Makoto carries everyone, you know?
Right.
And it's honestly a shame that we didn't get to see more development for Hina after this. Because she's honestly a really...
First game syndrome.
Yeah, she's honestly a She's honestly a really well-rounded out character, and giving her more focus after this would have honestly just been nothing but good.
Yeah.
So.
But she is. After the fucking Kirikiri show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not too mad about it because the endgame stuff in Trigger Happy Havoc is pretty good. It's pretty solid.
Yeah. Also hopes that, like, basically Chapter 5 and 6 is basically one and the same.
Mm-hmm. It's just like a part 1, part 2. It's like a season finale 2-part of a TV show.
Yeah, compared to the rest of the games where part 5 was its own thing, where it's just like the fucking climax of the murder game.
Yeah.
Some wild shit happened.
Chapter 6 is always like the end of the killing game and all the like revelations and things.
Yeah.
Which honestly I kind of prefer more because it feels like you get more killing game that way. You know?
Yeah.
So. But
Chapter 5, for Happy Havoc, fucking Mukuro's dead. Who the fuck is Mukuro?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, impact-wise, Hina herself has a fair impact just because she's a ripple of Sakura's death.
Right.
I think that's the... I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense, but that's kind of the way I see it.
Yeah, I agree. It's more like where like Sakura's impact has the most, and like with Sakura's like death in impact, it's gonna impact like it has an effect on most of the characters, and it affects Hina the most.
Mm-hmm.
And Hina's actions afterwards from that also has its own effect. But it's kind of like it's like a tier, like a pyramid scheme. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If Sakura's death impact is like on the top of the pyramid, then it goes to Hina is next, and after that it's Hiro and Toko, and then afterwards it's Kyoko. At the bottom it's Kyoko, Makoto, and
The people
Togami.
who are like the least close to Sakura.
Yeah,
Togami especially, because once they found out Sakura was the traitor, he was all about just saying, alright, fuck her then. We don't need her. So...
yeah, exactly.
Which I'm pretty sure that's why Hina slapped him, isn't it? Because he was just saying
Yeah.
she could go and die for all he cared.
Yeah, he was being very venomous towards Sakura,
He needed that fucking slap, though.
and then she gets cut up by Toko.
Yeah.
Or Jill, for the matter. Toko herself can't cut up a bitch. Fucking Jill, though. Whew. Jill slays. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Bottom line, honestly, this is the biggest thing that happened to Hina, is Sakura's death, and it's the only thing that really gives her any merit to the story, is how it affected her and how she reacted. Otherwise, she doesn't really do a whole lot, and that makes me sad, because she's such a solid character. I mean, the whole
Right.
cast is pretty solid, honestly. Like, you know,
yeah,
I've got
especially
the
at
score
this
sheet
point.
next to me right now, and, like, literally pretty much everyone is a 6, 7 out of 10, except for, like, a few.
We're not to the games where we have some extremes on.
Yeah.
So
That'll be Danganronpa 2 and forward, probably.
Yep.
I bet you maybe even a
God.
couple of the Fangans once they get a little more meat on their bones.
Yeah. God, dude, I hate Hiyoko and Kyo.
God, so much. Kyo, at least, I would argue, has some redeeming qualities.
I give them points for being creepy, and that's what they were going for. Good job.
He's got a
You
good
fucking-
design, and his talent was incorporated into his murder scheme, which I always love to fucking see.
Kyoko, I want to fucking power dunk into a fucking black hole.
There's nothing redeeming about her, man. Maybe, arguably, her relationship with Mahiru, but I wouldn't even go that far.
But Mario dies so fucking early.
Yeah, unfortunately. Alright, well, you got anything else you want to add to Hina's impact, Jer?
Fuck. I already explained the impact with my pyramid scheme thing. I don't think I need to explain it again.
Yeah. Alright, well, that means we can move on to trivia. She doesn't have a whole lot. Not really. But
How many
There's-
points?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bullet points, but there's a bonus 6th talking about her appearance in other media.
Okay,
So
Most-
stuff
when you say
outside
there's
of
not a lot-
Danganronpa.
when you say not a lot, I usually think like 2, 3, or 4, not
Well,
5.
like, sometimes with other characters, there may not be a lot of bullet points, but some of those bullet points have sub-points that have extra information. She doesn't
okay.
even have that. She literally just has 5 straight points and then 1 bonus one talking about her appearance in media outside of the games.
Okay, that's fair then, I
Yeah.
guess.
So, first piece of trivia. Her birthday is the same as Mahiru. Coincidentally, we were just talking about. Yeah, it's interesting.
You know,
Along with Makoto, Kyoko, and Hajime Hinata, Hina is one of 4 people to have survived multiple killing games, surviving the Killing School Life and the final killing game, which is Danganronpa 3. In Danganronpa Another Episode, Ultra Despair Girls, there is an Asahina branded vending machine with a silhouette of Hina's head on it. This is a pun on the beer and soft drink brand Asahi. Interesting.
puns.
Yeah.
Japanese puns. How punny of them.
Hina's English voice actress in the game, Cassandra Lee Morris, also voices Aiko Umesawa in Danganronpa 3 and Angie Yonaga in V3 Killing Harmony.
And also Cassandra Lee Morris. Oh yeah, she also voices Morgana in fucking Persona 5.
Does she really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I clicked on her name.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Aiko was the fucking sweets chick. Oh yeah, Morgana in Persona 5. Gust in Hyperdimension Neptunia.
Yeah.
She does a hero Nami in League of Legends. That's cool. I don't play League of Legends, but we have friends who do. She does Lin Lee Ku in Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Lin Lee. Oh, yeah, the fucking 14-year-old girl that you could put in a swimsuit.
She does Morgana and Sothis in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah, she Sothis. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke that fucking Sothis also tells you to go to bed in Fire Emblem. Yes, it's a joke.
She does the voice of Elfelt in Guilty Gear XRD Sign.
Yeah, she does a lot of voices. She also does Coconut in the Necroparo anime.
She does Julia, Clarice, and Sothis in Fire Emblem Heroes also. Damn, she's got some pretty alright work under her belt based on what I'm looking at here. There's probably a whole lot more than just this. Oh, there's a whole list of fucking characters from anime that she's done too. Shit,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm like, you haven't got to the anime yet, dude.
Yeah.
She has a
She did
lot
the voice of
anime.
Alice and Yubel in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Not bad.
Not bad.
She does the voice of Leafa in Sword Art Online. Huh.
Dylan
cool.
going down this rabbit hole.
I was just interested to see what else she did, because her name sounded kind of familiar. According to Kodaka, Hina is one of the series characters with the strongest resistance towards heat. Okay. I don't know what that has any relation to, like at all. But alright.
Can I say something? That's slightly racist.
Oh, is it because her skin is darker?
Yeah, I would say so.
You can't see it, but I am visibly face palming right now. I'm like not like face palming, but I'm doing the thing where you take your like pointer and thumb finger and like pinching the bridge of my nose. Like, why? I'm mad that that's a thing that he said, and that's might be why. And I'm also mad that you just said that in general. To be honest,
It's like,
this podcast is gonna get flagged.
like,
We're gonna get canceled on Twitter, dude.
fuck. Thank God I don't give a shit on Twitter.
All right. And her final trivia bullet for her appearance in other media, she appears in Sengoku Asuka Zero Cross Danganronpa 3 collaboration as one of the many collectibles. And there's a little picture of her in this cute little outfit.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, that's it for her trivia. So,
Right?
what else we got? I guess
Rating.
just closing arguments.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Solid
Jared,
background
final
character.
thoughts on Hina.
Background character is pretty solid. Not really much of a standout, to be honest, though. Like, her only standout quality is that she makes it to the end.
She's got a lot more screen time than most other characters because she lives to the end of both killing games. Which is, again, unfortunate that she does not get more character development.
Right.
I understand in the first game, fine, but Danganronpa, come on, dude, in Danganronpa 3, give her more. Give her something, even if it's something little.
We gotta set that guy Kyoko Makoto ship shit. Fuck.
Y'all right over there?
Much mouth. That's what I hate having a speech impediment for. Just what sucks when that happens.
That's fine. I mush mouth sometimes too. It doesn't happen nearly as often as it used to.
Yeah. I have to get it on a constant basis, though.
Rating. What are you giving Hina, Jer? Negative 10 to positive 10.
Solid 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10?
Yep.
Alright. I, honestly, probably gonna give her a 6. I give her a 6 out of 10.
Because I'm like, I would struggle to put her as a 6 out of 10.
I'm putting her as a 6 just because, one, she's one of my more favorite characters out of the first cast.
Right.
And two, I think her impact in Chapter 4 at least is strong enough to warrant her being a 6 on top of her just being a generally well-rounded character with no real flaws.
My thing is, what did we give Makoto, a 6?
Yeah.
I don't think she's better than Makoto.
You gave him a 6. I gave Makoto a 6.5. I partially wanted to give him a 7. I think that's why I gave him a 6.5. I'm actually going to cross that off and just make it a 7, honestly. I'll give Makoto a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, because that's my big thing. I'm pretty sure I gave Makoto a 6, and I don't think Hina's better than Makoto. So she's probably a 5 for me.
I mean, to be fair, we both gave Sayaka a 7 out of 10.
Well, that's fair, because that's actually fair, because I think Sayaka's a lot more interesting than Makoto for the short time that she was alive.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can rationalize my line of thoughts, Joey. Wow, Dylan.
Okay, wow. What the fuck,
We've been watching Joey stream too much.
Yeah. God, that poor boy, dude. He was not ready.
He was not ready. Oh, hey guys, I wonder why you're hyping up Danganronpa for Chapter 3 and Kaide specifically after the trial. You guys are bastards.
We are bastards. We are horrible people. We threw him into a burning building. God. Well, that's Hina.
Yeah,
that's Hina, man.
Next time we talk to the characters I am really looking forward to talking to. It's Sakura.
Sakura. Dude, I'm so excited to talk about Sakura.
Right.
There's so much good stuff going on with her. She's she's just as much a background character as Hina is until Chapter 4, but Chapter 4 is just, it's just so good. It's so good.
It's storytelling in the storytelling department.
Mm-hmm.
I think the case is a little lackluster. It's kind of simple to solve, but the storytelling of it is pretty good.
Yeah. And I think it's all kind of tied together because it's after Chapter 3 when you see her fighting Monokuma and find out she's the traitor too, right?
Yep.
Because then it's like all of Chapter 4's build-up is how she's being, like, outcasted.
Right. Ugh. And then she's dead.
God. It's so good. It's so good.
Right.
Alright. Well, that's the end of the Hina episode, everybody. Yeah, next week we're going to talk about Sakura. And then after that is an off-topic. I don't really know for sure what we're doing. I think we're just going to do another Danganronpa episode to talk about the few that we didn't get to after talking about Danganronpa F. I was planning on talking about cartoons in Danganronpa just because I think it's fun. I just think it's great. But Danganronpa Dead End, the camp one, is also really good. I watched the first bits of that they have available. Oh, it's great.
I need to stop watching meme videos and look at these more Danganronpas in general.
Yeah, I haven't gotten around to watching the other episodes
stop
yet.
Watching Joey streaming Danganronpa. I gotta stop watching him suffer.
He's sad because he's like, when I finish V3, there will be nothing left, and I'm like, homie, you've got a bunch of my podcasts to listen to. What are you talking about? But no, I told him about the Danganronpas too. I was like, we have like 3-4 Danganronpas that we're looking at right now that are all really fucking good so far. That are only like partially of a chapter ways in. That you have plenty of room to fucking theorize.
Let's not forget the upcoming Danganronpa 4 that's been in development since 2019. Yeah.
Supposedly confirmed and in development that Kodaka's working on, so that'll
be
fun.
It's also because that's in development, that means Tsumugi was right the entire time.
Oh, damn. Maybe. if they continue V3 and they bring it around to make it canon with 1 and 2, which I'd be totally fine with.
Right, I'd be fine with that too.
Yeah. If they do continue V3's story and connect it back to the first 2, I would be really interested to see what all was right and what was a lie as far as Tsumugi is concerned and what she told you.
It's been enough time for like the mystery of like what is a lie, what is not.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's 2021? We got V3 in 2017. It's been 4 years.
Yep.
So
Until they drop the trailer and they show Rantaro, and then we'll be like, and
it's a
Danganronpa
prequel.
50. It's a prequel.
Yeah. Danganronpa 52. Okay.
That or actual Danganronpa 4, and V3 was just Danganronpa 5.
What if it's a side game and it's not Danganronpa 4 and it's not Ultra Despair Girls and it's like a prequel game for Rantaro going through game 52?
Danganronpa Rantaro's Electric Boogaloo.
That'd be cool. I
That'd be
think
cool.
I'd be alright
Make it
with
like
that.
make it like a point-and-click adventure game featuring Rantaro.
A point and click, huh?
Yeah.
Christ.
Or make it like a Telltale game style game with
Hey,
Rantaro.
maybe. I'd be okay with that too, to be honest.
Let's be honest, Rantaro's a blank slate. He's just a very intriguing character.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Also, watching Joey play through V3, I'm seeing all the beginning stuff in V3 again, and like I keep seeing stuff that just adds more merit to our fucking meta theory. Oh god. It's like all the pieces are there for it to be correct. There's not really anything yet to tell me that my theory is wrong, and I am happy. But who knows, I'll probably find something. I thought I found something at the beginning when Kokichi doesn't go down into the basement with everybody during chapter 1. I was like, oh, so then he couldn't have gotten murdered. What was he doing? And the first time you find him during the investigation, he's in the main hall where the entrance to his lab is.
Right.
So I think that's right there was the defining moment of going off script, was Kokichi found his lab early somehow. And he was probably in there the whole fucking time.
Probably
Because if he had
surveillance.
not... Yeah, because if he had not found his lab, he probably would have been down in the basement with everyone else.
Yeah, because
honestly.
it was literally after that chapter, Kokichi's omnipresent.
Mm-hmm.
So he was definitely messing around with things in there.
Yep. So, you'll probably hear me talking more about it next week when the next episode comes out. Because we're going to get to see Joey play through like 2 more chapters by then.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's if he can muster up the will.
If he can handle it. My God.
Yeah.
The next 2 chapters shouldn't be too bad for him, but he's not going to survive chapter 4, dude.
Yeah. I really love Gonta. If Gonta happens, I'm going to fucking kill myself.
That's what he told me, too. When he gave me his 12 guesses, I told him, I was like, I'm not going to tell you what, but there are at least 2 guesses here that are spot on correct. And he's like, damn it. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, that means that I guessed that Gonta was going to die. And if 2 of my guesses are correct, at least that means there's a chance Gonta's going to die. And then he sent me the fucking like Pepe cry emoji. And I was like, I'm sorry, Joe.
At least I don't have to lie to him like I had to lie to you about chapter 4. He hasn't figured that out yet.
He'll get there.
Yeah, he'll get there.
All right, everybody. Well, we're back. Hopefully next week does not throw another fucking curveball and we can finish Trigger Happy Havoc. I think I mentioned it already. My New Year's resolution is that we finish Danganronpa 2 by the end of 2021.
And I still think we could do it. We just got screwed over just a little. We tripped at the starting line, basically.
Yeah, we'll get there.
When we say we tripped, we mean like someone tied our shoelaces while we weren't looking.
Yeah, pretty much. It was probably Noah.
Fucking that kid. That fucking kid. I didn't go bitch at him for making more videos.
Yeah.
That guy gets distracted by idle clickers too much. We need to get him on track.
We have a lot of videos in the pipe that just haven't gotten worked on because we've been busy or just haven't had the energy. So.
And if we're not working on anything, Noah's not working on nothing.
Yeah. So hopefully soon you guys will just get a fucking like dump of new videos to go through. And it's all fun stuff because it's all new games and more Among Us. So.
Oh, and I'm also halfway there to getting a new laptop. I'm saving up money.
Which means, well, I mean, Town of Salem could come back, but I would have to record it. Which honestly just wouldn't feel the same. Yeah.
My perspective is always funny.
Well, yeah.
I really
because
don't do it.
Then you don't know what I am, and I get to lie. I get to lie the whole time.
And Dylan's a way better liar than I am.
Woo.
The Among Us video that might be coming up will say otherwise, but let's be honest, our friends can't spot liars that well.
Yeah, not yet. We need more games with each
No.
other.
Yep.
All right. Good night, everybody.
I'm gonna go find me a Krispy Kreme and get me some garlic bread.